was actually not connected in any way. There was no material evidence to connect me to this natural forest fire. But still, at the time, I had to confess to surrender my passport, and since then, I always get the same answer that they cannot interfere with the local Indian legal process, and they are not willing to support me in any way, which is very uncertain. Unfortunately, as a support, a vouching on a consular level would really help me a lot to get an emergency permission to travel and see my mom one last time before she dies. She is undergoing a lot of physical pain through the cancer, and then also this mental distress of her only son not being seen.
Have you received any help from the Belgium government or from the consulate?
Court will definitely give me permission to travel on humanitarian reasons. It's just that my home country is not willing to vouch me.
Hello and welcome to the News Minute. In 2018, the Chennai Trekking Club organized a trek in the Bodi hill ranges located in Tamil Nadu's Theni district. The trek turned fatal for several hikers due to a forest fire. 5 years later, the case is still pending in the courts and is restricting Peter Van Geit, the founder of Chennai Trekking Club, from visiting his ailing mother in Belgium. Peter recently started a petition on change.org seeking public support. To talk about this, we have with us Peter himself. Hello, Peter.
Hello.
Firstly, we'd like for you to tell us where exactly does the case stand in court?
Yeah, so the case has been running since 2018 for the last 5 years, and not much of progress actually. So after the fire, the police tried to arrest me. I got anticipatory bail. The Justice Swaminathan also actually clearly told who gave me bail that I was actually not connected in any way. There was no material evidence to connect me to this natural forest fire. But still, at the time, I had to confess to surrender my passport, and since then, I've not been able to kind of travel back home to Belgium to visit mom. Mom is 92 years. I'm the only son. Dad is also no more. He died 7 years ago. So it's a bit of an unfortunate situation of not being able to visit my aging mom, who now recently got cancer, which is getting pretty severe, stage 4. The doctor called me last week that she has only a couple of weeks to go. So it's kind of getting urgent to kind of at least try to visit her at least one last time before it's too late. So I started a petition in parallel with a special leave petition to the Supreme Court requesting for an emergency travel.
So how often have you had to go to the courts? How often have you had to appear in the court in regards to this case in the last 5 years?
Usually you get called like every 3-4 weeks for the next appearance. Meanwhile, actually, for the last 5 years, given the fact that I am actually not connected to the incident, they kind of, my lawyers tried to quash the case to the High Court for the last 5 years. So during this process, actually, I was exempted to appear as the quash petition was going on, which unfortunately got dismissed last year in August 2022. After that, also for the case itself, we're now approaching the Supreme Court actually to kind of...
Have you received any help from the Belgium government or from the consulate?
Yeah, so one big help would indeed be if the Belgium government, the consulate here in Mumbai could support me. Unfortunately, I've approached them both during the Kurangani fire in 2018 as well as now again, requesting an emergency travel to see my mom. But I always get the same answer that they cannot interfere with the local Indian legal process, and they are not willing to support me in any way, which is very uncertain. Unfortunately, as a support, a vouching on a consular level would really help me a lot to get an emergency permission to travel and see my mom one last time before she dies.
So how do you think that this petition that you were telling us about that you've started, how do you think that will help you in your fight to go back home?
Yeah, so given the fact that the situation seemed a bit hopeless without support from my consulate, I kind of started a public petition. So 2 days ago, it's basically a petition that's to vouch for my rootedness, deep rootedness in the country. I've been here for 25 years. My whole life is here, my home is here, my future is here. I have no intentions or no interest to go anywhere else. So around 20,000 people in the last 2 days have vouched for that. Many people know me as part of the Chennai Trekking Club. We have done a lot of social and environmental activities. We were very active in the Chennai floods and in the Gaja cyclone in 2015, 2018. In terms of rescue, relief, rehabilitation, we built schools in Pulikat for the people affected, built some 200 houses in 2018 for those affected by the Gaja cyclone. So a lot of people know my work and know how deeply I am involved in societal engagement. Still, so without getting any support, I'm now trying to get like a public vote of confidence. 20,000, almost 23,000 people have now voted for my affinity towards India. So once I have some 25,000 signatures, I will approach the embassy again of Belgium and tell them, look, with 20,000, 25,000 people supporting me, why can the embassy of Belgium not support their citizen in India?
So in the past, all of these, appearings in courts that you've had to go for, has that ever interfered with your work, or has that affected your work in general?
Not really. I mean, after the Kurangani case, they took my passport away. So I also quit my job around that same time, and I've mostly been hiking in the Himalayas solo. I don't want to obviously take groups anymore until this incident, this legal case is resolved. So has not interfered actually in the sense that I'm still free to move around in India. India is a big place, so it has not restricted, except for the fact that my mom, which I used to visit every 6 months for the last 20 years, is now not seeing me anymore. I cannot also update her. I cannot tell her about all these legal issues, and so it would worry her too much at her age of 92. So it's a very unfortunate situation. My mom doesn't know why I haven't shown up for 6 years. She usually used to cry a lot when every 6 months I visit her and then come back to India. So as I'm the only son, there's nobody else there for her. So and now it's like everyone has kind of given up on her. She is in a very bad health situation. She only has a couple of weeks to live as per the doctor. And I can't even visit her, which is, I think, a very inhumane situation that the government is in no way trying to help me in any way in this kind of very sad situation.
At the moment, who's taking care of your mother there, sir?
Yeah, so my mom is in an old age home actually. She's in a pretty nice home. But again, I mean, it's the people are taking very well care of her. But at the same time, right, if your family or your only family or son cannot visit you for the last 5, 6 years, since 2017 was my last visit, it's like it doesn't obviously feel good. She is undergoing a lot of physical pain through the cancer, and then also this mental distress of her only son not being seen anymore. I do visit her. I mean, I do see her every week on a video call, and I can really see that her mental and physical state is going backwards very drastically. So I think time is running out, and I'm a bit lost on what to do next without support of my country.
What do you expect from the court at the moment?
The court, I think, is pretty straightforward. So it has been proven for other countries, other citizens like UK, France, Germany, US, that if you get support from your consulate, that you can easily get authorized emergency travel. So only in case of Belgium, we seem to have an issue here that their citizens cannot be supported for emergency cases to visit home when an ongoing legal process is going on. So I don't think the issue is here at the court side. Court will definitely give me permission to travel on humanitarian reasons. It's just that my home country is not willing to vouch me for in my return to my home here. India is my home. I have absolutely no interest to go back to Belgium or any other place independent of this ongoing court proceedings.
So, has there been any sort of undertaking that you expect from the embassy, or something that they're willing to offer, if at all you manage to get these 25,000 responses on your, or
Yeah,
more than
so
25,000 for that
I
matter?
think by hopefully midnight today, I should get 25,000 people who vouch for me for my affinity towards India. So once we have this pretty good number, I guess I'll just make a printout of maybe 500 pages, go to Mumbai in person and visit the consul and tell him, look, if 25,000 people can vouch for me, why can my own country vouch for me?
And what is it that you have told the government, that what is the guarantee that you will come back? What is it that you have vouched for yourself, if
Yeah,
that makes sense?
so several respected people here in society, including some government employees, are really to vouch for me. But of course, that individual vouchers have much less a gravity than a country, a consulate or an embassy that can vouch for a citizen. So that's why it's very important, I think, for the government of Belgium to step in here and vouch for me. And even if I'm in Belgium, I think they have full control on me. They can easily put me back on a flight in case I would not be willing to come back, which again is not the case. I mean, these 20,000 people know me, right? They have seen me in so many activities over the last 25 years. And if 20,000 people vouch for me, then I don't know what more can be done, right?
And what has the legal advice been like? Do they think that that the that this will succeed, that you will be able to go back home? Has there been any legal advice
Uh,
on that
as of
from?
now, I mean, I filed a petition earlier this week, so it's going to be listed on 18th of August, so another 18 days to go. And I have no clue actually, but I know from my lawyer who has experience in this that a lot depends on support from the embassy. So it'll depend a lot, the outcome, the legal outcome, depending whether my country is able to stand by me in this matter.
Thank you, Peter. We'll also keep a close watch on this case and report further on it.